Most people have many best friends throughout life. However, usually a person only has one real, true best friend in all that time. A best friend is not only someone you have a good time with, it is also someone you believe you can trust your life with. A best friend is the first person you call when the most amazing things happen in your life and when the most horrific incidents happen. A best friend is the person you will always remember no matter what comes about. I'm here today to tell you about my best friend. Alexis held so many important titles in her life. Alexis was a loving daughter, a caring big sister, a much-loved granddaughter, niece, cousin, passionate lover, beloved caregiver to those who she loved, affectionate mother to her little Martini, and devoted friend to those that she held so close to her heart. But to me, she was my best friend. I will never forget the summer of 1998. I, at the time very timid and scared to meet new friends after just having moved to the area, was about to enter 6th grade at a school where I would know no one. I was up every night that month before school started, and I was tossing and turning in bed thinking things like, would I have a locker to keep all my things in? What would my teachers be like? Would I remember which class came next when it was time to switch to 2nd, 3rd, or 4th periods? Who would I sit next to at lunch? But most importantly, will I meet any new friends? On my first day of school, in my homeroom class with my math teacher at the time, Mr. Eckhoff, I quickly found a seat somewhere in the middle of the room where I would blend in. Mr. Eckhoff started calling roll. As he went down the list calling each name in alphabetical order, some of which I would look up to match the name with a face, he said, "Alexis Scanlon?" At the moment I turned around to notice the most beautiful little blue-eyed girl I had ever seen wearing a little blue dress, white cardigan, and white sandals. She had long, light brown hair and a smile that lit up the classroom. As her eyes lit up to answer back here, my immediate reaction was, that little girl is going to be my friend. Little did I know at the time that that little girl sitting at the back of the room with her beautiful soul shining through was going to be my best friend. Nor could I have ever imagined that from that moment on, the two of us would be inseparable. Throughout many years together, we shared so many special memories. We used to have code names for almost everything you could think of. This way, no one would have a clue what we were talking about. We also called each other by our middle names, Elise and Lucia. We used to go on vacations together to Gainesville to visit my grandma and have adventures. We went to Virginia together for a wedding and stayed at her Aunt Lisa's house on a military base. We even went to New York together on a school chorus trip and walked around the entire Statue of Liberty on each other's back. The best part was feeling like we were so close and had such a bond that no one could break. We were sisters at heart. I really admired Alexis's patience and kind-heartedness. She really was one of the most selfless people I knew for her age. When I would go over to her house, she would be helping her mom set up for her Creative Memories scrapbooking session or baking treats for Autumn and Adam. She would treat them like they were the most precious gifts God had given her at the times they most needed it. I would watch and think, wow, what an amazing sister. What an amazing person. Many times we would walk up the block from her house so she could deliver something to or assist her mom's friend, Mrs. Carroll, or Grandma Carol as Lex would call her. Alexis had such a beauty in her soul. She would help Mrs. Carroll to organize things around her house when she was unable and would bring her drinks or food when she had no one else home to help her. Alexis was also a committed community volunteer. She and I used to volunteer at Winter Park Memorial Hospital together in the neonatal intensive care unit with all the precious premature and newborn babies. She offered assistance to the Head Start program, held a position on the Unity Youth Organization at University High School, and volunteered many hours assisting children and teachers at Bonneville Elementary School. Alexis was an avid student in school and worked hard to reach her maximum potential. I'm so happy to see that there will be a scholarship in her name to help a student to college. Alexis would have thought that to be something so special to give. When I look back, I realize how special Alexis has been to me. It makes perfect sense why she was one of the first to know of my pregnancy with my daughter and first child, Kristen Joy. One of the most special moments in my life was her birth. As my friend, I was honored to have Alexis there that night at the hospital to be one of my first to greet my little princess into this world. Alexis stayed with me in my room all night long after Kristen's birth. Long after family had left, Alexis and Jesse stayed. They were close to me and my daughter, and I remember thinking, I hope Kristen has a friend like this. Alexis is still alive in each one of our hearts. I feel her each day with me as I make decisions and as I go about my daily routines. She had such a profound impact on my life, and her footprints will forever remain imprinted on my heart. I could go on forever sharing every experience Alexis and I shared together and how special she was to me. As my children go through all of their firsts in life, I will be honored to share with them my most cherished memories of my best friend, Alexis Lucia Scanlon. Rest in peace, my beautiful angel.